Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about a Rolex Datejust 31. This one with a silver dial, diamond hour marks, fluted bezel in white gold with an oyster bracelet. Reference number 278274. Alright, so this one, I'll be going over the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown functions, the movement, as well as a bracelet. I'll be giving you my thoughts on these as we progress through the video. So starting off with the case, we have a 31mm case, as indicated in its name. Datejust 31mm, that's the diameter from 2 to 8 or 10 to 4, same distance. Right? You have the monoblock middle case with the screw down case back and the Rolex winding crown to ensure waterproofness, or water resistance at least, down to 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. Alright, so you have a full high polish presentation on the front and sides of this case, as well as a nice satin brush finishing on the back. Feels very nice on the wrist as well. Alright, now taking a look at the front of this case here, we do have this white gold bezel, fluted bezel. Right, so whenever you see this fluted bezel, it was originally made with the intent of screwing directly onto the case to ensure the waterproofness, but modern advances have made that, rather, well, no longer necessary, and so it's just kept there as a mark of distinction. So Rolex always keep it, and it's always made in some sort of gold. So in this case, it's white gold to match the overall aesthetic and look of this watch. When it comes to the dial, it's a silver sunray dial, right? Rather standard when it comes to an Oyster Perpetual or a Datejust, but still nothing to shake a stick at. It's still extremely beautiful, and with the way that the sunray patterning works on this dial, it's actually quite gorgeous, and it's something that you definitely need to see with your own eyes. My monitoring is not picking it up quite as well. It's not doing it quite as much justice as I'd like, but if it looks great on your computer or smartphone screen, it looks even better in real life. The hour marks here are 18 karat white gold settings with round diamonds, all of them in there for all of the hour marks, minus the Rolex crown for the 12 and the date aperture at the 3 o'clock. There's a Cyclops lens directly over that, so if you look very closely, the aperture itself is rather small, but when you look at it underneath the lens on that crystal, it's literally a part of that sapphire crystal on the front, scratch resistant as well. You can see it fits in very nicely with the overall composition, the overall unity of this watch, extremely strong. Also, white gold hands as well, so that it prevents the tarnishing, so it will basically stay in your collection for a very long time. Probably will exceed just about every other watch as well. Alright, now onto the crown functions of this watch. Rather simple. Just simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position. This allows you to get to the first position. This allows you to wind the watch. So if you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds is all you need to get to the full power reserve. Rather simple there. Alright, pull the crown out to the next position. You'll have to rotate it counterclockwise to advance the date, and it's about like between an eighth and a quarter turn to advance the date by 1. So it's incredibly sensitive, incredibly fast to adjust the date. Right, so if you are on the 30th of a month, tomorrow's the 1st of the next month, just simply do a little tiny rotation and you'll be on the 1st of the next month in no time. All right, now pull the crown out to the final position and note that the seconds hand does stop, giving you that hacking function, so you can then set the time precisely based on the position of that seconds hand. And to do so on this dial, a diamond dial, there's no chaptering or index marking for the minutes or the seconds, but you can use the engraving on the rehaul there, and then just place the minute hand precisely where it needs to go, wait for an atomic clock to come around, synchronize it up, and once that's done, simply press the crown in to start up that seconds hand once more, and be sure to screw in the winding crown to ensure that superior water resistance. Right, now what makes all of this work is the movement that you can't see through the case back, but you do have that added security of that solid steel case back. It's the movement in-house made 2236 made by Rolex. It has the ±2 second per day time differential, giving it that superlative chronometer treatment as printed on every single dial from the Rolex factory, giving you that guarantee that it will be running with no issue. All right, the functions give you that center, hour, minute, and seconds hands with the instantaneous date with the rapid setting as I demonstrated, as well as the stop seconds for precise time setting, which I also demonstrated with that hacking function. The oscillator on the inside is the newer Siloxy hairspring in silicon, and it also has a set of high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers. So what does that mean? That means you can get literally right next to a relatively powerful magnet. Don't take this to an MRI, but you can get relatively close to magnets. You can take a few bumps in here and there, and it'll be still keeping that superlative chronometry as stated and as is evident in the movement. It will still be keeping track of time just fine. No need to worry about the timekeeping ability. On the inside, you can't see it, but it does have a bidirectional self-winding rotor. So simply wind the watch using the crown, put it on your wrist, and the natural movements of your wrist will keep it wound all the way up to the natural approximate 55-hour power reserve. So that means you can set this down for about 2.5 days, and it'll be keeping track of time just fine. No need to worry about the timekeeping. All right, sorry about that. I had to go answer the phone myself because I'm the only one here today. Okay, so onto the bracelet. We have the Oyster bracelet with the high polish links down the center with the satin brush finished outside outer links, 3-piece links across. Nice and strong there, all solid steel, stainless steel. There's a gentle taper from the lugs down to the folding clasp, complete with my fingerprints as well, as you can see. You can simply lift the top to open it up. This unhooks it, nice and easy. You have the Rolex stamped logo on the inside, and you know that you're dealing with steel. And the added benefit of the Oyster folding clasp is that you do have the EasyLink 5mm extension. So if you have this sized perfectly to your wrist, and you happen to walk outside during a summer heat wave, as seems to be more common these days, well, you can simply reach under here, pull it out, and it snaps open with another half Oyster link. An easy 5mm link extension. That means that you can basically continue to wear the watch even when your wrist happens to swell even excessively, so you'll be good there. And when you no longer need it, just simply fold it back in on itself, press it back into the clasp, and you're good to go. All right, and while we're here, I can actually try it on, give you my thoughts as to how it wears, at least on my wrist, a 7-inch wrist, 18 centimeters in circumference. And while it does look rather, well, it could, in certain circumstances, look a bit silly because it is kind of small for me. But if you have a smaller wrist, say a 13 or 14 inch wrist, or 13 or 14 centimeter, oh God, 13 or 14 inch wrist, that's quite large for me. But if you have a 13 or 14 centimeter wrist, I think this would fit just fine. It would still rest very nicely on top of the wrist. You may get a little bit more venting due to the overhang of these lugs, potentially, but the links will still conform to your wrist just as well and just as nicely. Overall, the color scheme here and the sort of shine from those diamonds makes it incredibly easy to read at just about any angle, provided you do have the light. There's no luminescence on this watch, but you don't really need it in most situations where you'll be out and about, and if you need to glance at a time, you've got it there on your wrist. And the added benefit of these diamond hour markers is that, again, you can still read the time at any angle. With the Roman numeral hour marks, they tend to sort of blacken out or blend in with whatever you happen to be looking at. So you may have extra contrast, you may have no contrast at all against that silver dial. The silver dial is a sort of like mid-tone color, mid-tone value when it comes to the overall value of this dial. So all the dark things, all the bright things shine through very nicely. Everything that's mid-tone, basically the white gold settings, those are not too important when it comes to the timekeeping ability of this watch, so they fit in just right. Nice and perfect. All right, so Rolex have thought this through, and it works perfectly and splendidly. But enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this Rolex Datejust 31 silver dial, diamond hour markers, white gold bezel with an Oyster bracelet. Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this comment, or be sure to like this video, comment if you can, subscribe as well, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com where you can get it for the lowest price anywhere online. Links in the description below. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on the mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.